You are welcome in online class. In online class, we have to start today the animal tissue. Animal tissue. So, as we know that in the plant tissue context, we have also learnt that tissue is the group of similar cells which perform the specific function are called the tissue. Now, in the same way, in the animal tissue, again we can write that the cluster of the cells, cells which have common origin and coordinate one another, coordinate one another is called the tissue. So this is the definition of the animal tissue tissue broader concept में that a cluster of the cells which have common origin and the coordinate one another is called the tissue. This means that the tissue is the cluster, means group of the cells which have the common origin, means that they are produced from the one same type of the cells, and they start dividing mitotically, means that by mitosis process, and they from the one cell, from the parent cell, they divide into two daughter cells, and the two daughter cell ultimately divides into the four cells by the mitosis division. So they have the common origin and they coordinate, means that one cell that is produced from the parental cell and they produce to the different cell. So one cell coordinate to another, and this by process of this one, the each and every cell coordinate one another. For what? They coordinate one another to perform a similar function, that is called the tissue. This is the definition of the tissue. But here is we have the animal tissue. Let we start that who gave the term of the tissue, who coined the term this tissue. So the tissue was given by the word tissue was given by one biologist, French anatomist. We can say that anatomist means what? The biologist who performs their action, and anatomy is also made from the two words, so it can also be said the microanatomy. So micro means what? The very small, and the anatomy means the internal structure. So what is the internal structure? So when we see the animals or the plants, so we only see the morphology means that only the external structure of the plant or animal cell. But when we want that how this morphology, external structure is made by the some tissue or the cells, how these cells are arranged to one another and they perform the specific function. So this is also, the tissue is also known as the microanatomy. So another, the tissue term is considered to be the word histology. We can study the tissue under the one specific branch of science, that is called the histology. So histology is also made from the word histos, which means that tissue, and the logos means to study. So when we study about the tissue in the branch of the science, special branch of science, that is called the histology, and histology is also known as the microanatomy. Now the another term is that there was one biologist whose name was the Marcello Malpighi. Marcello Malpighi is the founder of histology, and by chart, there was a one biologist whose name was the by chart. He is the father of histology. Father of histology is known as the by chart. B-I-C-H-A-T, by chart, father of histology. Histology. So these were the some terms that related to the tissue in the context of the plant or the animals. Now we have to start the animal tissue. So dear student, before starting this we can say that, so the term tissue is very important for the life process of the animals. So when we start from the beginning of the human, so how the human are produced, so from that beginning stage, the male and female, they contains the gametes, reproductive cells of the humans. They are responsible to produce the gametes. Male produces the male gamete and the female produces the female gamete. That is very simple one. And this is the reproductive cell which is responsible for the formation of the gametes. So that is called the gametogenesis. Genesis means the formation of the gametes, whether the sperm, sperm, sperm or the ovum. So sperm production in the gametogenesis is called spermatogenesis, and the ovum is produced in the female. This is called the oogenesis. Oogenesis, oogenesis. So when the gamete are formed, after the gamete formation, as for example, now when the gametogenesis is completed, sperm and the ovum gametes, these the two cells naming the sperm and the ovum are produced. Then after that what happens? These two gametes, like the sperm and the ovum, when they combine, they fuse, and after their fusion, they make the gametes. They make the zygote. This is the zygote. So now the zygote, now the sperm, the cell and the ovum, now they have fused. They become the union of the one cell, and this union is known as the gamete after the fertilization process. Just after the fertilization, when the zygote is formed, after the formation of the zygote, then zygote also divides mitotically. So zygote also divide by mitosis. Then it divides into the different cells. So by the mitosis 2, 4, 6, 8 and 16, 32. So now it becomes the embryo. E-M-B-R-Y-O, embryo. So the group of cells from the zygote, now it becomes the embryo. So after embryo formation, so this led to, I am drawing it the embryo structure, led to the embryo, and after that it develops the three germinal layer. Just I am the cursively I am making this one, the roughly. This is the outer layer, this is germinal layer. Layers. The first layer is ectoderm, E-C-T-O, ectoderm, D-E-R-M, derm, and after that the mesoderm, mesoderm, D-E-R-M, derm, and after that endoderm. So these are the germinal layer of the embryo. So from these, the three germinal layers of the embryo, the different structure of the tissue in the animals are formed. Like first I am going to give you example, the over the skin is also the made from the germinal layer of the embryo. So it is made from the ectoderm of the embryo germinal layer. So these skins are developed by the ectoderm of the germinal layer of the embryo, and after that mesoderm is also responsible for making the another layer, that is given coelomic epithelium. This is the another epithelium that is the responsible for making the different other delicate organ. After that endodermis. So endodermis, endoderm of the germinal layer of the embryo, that is responsible for making the lining of the alimentary canal, means gut. So this is the three layers. The some bones are also made from the germinal layer. The blood are also made from that one. Muscular tissue is made from the germinal layer. The bone is also a connective tissue that is also made from the germinal layer. So what we see, why I started from this embryo germinal layer. So how the tissue develops, and this tissue when they are matured in the human being, then after maturation the different organs are formed. Tissue forms the organ, an organ forms the organ system, and organ systems perform the different function of individual. So in the context of the chapter animal tissue, these are the subtopics, the how the different tissue are formed. The first we are talking about the epidermal epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is given by the biologist. The name of that biologist is the Rusch, R-U-Y-S-C-H, Rusch, and he has told that the animal tissue epithelium is made from the epithelio. Epithelio means what? Upon. Epi means upon, and after that thelio means there is the tissue. The tissue that grow upon the skin. They grow upon the epithelium tissue is that epi means the upon, and thelio means grown over the another tissue, that is called the epithelium tissue. So epithelium tissue plays very important role in the context of the animals. So epithelium tissue, they are found into the seeds. They are in the different layers. They are in the different layers. As for example, I have made the layer first, layer 2, layer 3. So what we see, the epithelial tissue has the different layer, and these all layers are situated or stacked one upon another by the different junctions. So these are the situated one upon another, and these are called the junctions. They are the tight junction, adhere junction, and the loose junctions. So these are the seeds of layers of the epithelium tissue, epithelial tissue. So these all the seeds of the layer of the epithelial tissue are just situated at the basement membrane, because for every situation of the any tissue that needs the membrane and support. So here epithelium tissue is also situated at the basement membrane. So this basement membrane provides the place to stick one another. These all layer of the epithelial tissue. And now very peculiar feature is that in the basement membrane, epithelium tissue, there are no blood vessels. So blood vessels are absent in the epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue has no any blood vessel. Just below the epithelium there are the blood vessels. One specialized thing is that in the cochlea, in the ear there is a cochlea, that is the spiral structure inside the middle ear or the inner ear, internal ear has blood capillaries. The name of the epithelium is the stria vascularis. Stria, S-T-R-I, stria vascularis. This is the part of the cochlea. Cochlea. This is the part of inner ear. Inner ear. So these have the blood vessels. Blood vessels, and it's the epithelium cells. So in the context of the epithelium tissue, they have the different kind of the epithelium tissue. First, we have to discuss about the first epithelium tissue, the simple squamous. After that, the simple cuboidal stratified epithelium, and after that the columnar epithelium and the cuboidal epithelium. And so these all epithelium has the different function: squamous, the cuboidal, ciliated epithelium, stratified epithelium. So we will discuss these all the epithelium one by one, what are the features and what are the function, where its locations, and what is the utility and the function. In the next video we will sure explain these all things one by one. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.